Like, is your evaluation just in absolute terms, or is it proportional? I mean, how are you valuing this?
I mean, to be honest, I'm not too sure, but I mean, I can try to hash it out. My thoughts are, is just like, when you have a world in which there are good things and also bad things, some of the bad cancels out some of the good. But in a world in which no bad things occur and we just have good, then there is nothing to even compete with the good in the first place.
I want to add on to MK a little bit. I could argue that this world probably has more suffering.
Just because God is defined as like being maximally good, right? It doesn't mean that the state of affairs is maximally good. Maybe God just like caps out at a certain level of goodness, right? But the state of affairs has like a higher level of like goodness that it can goodness could occupy or something.
Okay, no, that doesn't make sense, and I'll explain why. So prior to creation, all there was God. So the state of affairs was simply just God's existence. And it seems intuitively obvious that he has to be beyond creation in all capacity. So to say that he could create something that has a greater, capacity of goodness just doesn't seem to make sense to me.
Well, the highest it can go doesn't entail infinity, my boy.
Yeah, let's just say... Let's just say I'm maximally great at like playing basketball, right? I'm the best basketball player ever. I shoot like free throws perfectly every single time, right? But if I go to a court and there's absolutely no basketballs, like the state of affairs is not maximally great, but I am still maximally great at playing basketball.
Yeah, so I think that's a terrible analogy, and no offense, because like that just seems to suppose that God is incomplete in some way, right? So it doesn't seem analogous to posit a state of affairs in which
I'm not an incomplete. I'm not an incomplete basketball player, right? I still have this ability. I still have this like level of perfection about me.
Yeah, but I still don't think it's analogous, because you're only in the analogy of the basketball player. You're only positing one quality that is supposed to be perfect, right? If God is perfect, he's gonna have all great making properties, right? So you can't just posit one, perfect feature about someone to sort of analogize the situations you brought up. I just don't think it's enough.
Wait, yeah, we could just say, hold on. We could just say the basketball court has no basketballs, it has no hoops or anything like that. But because I'm maximally great, I also have some fucking ability to like spawn basketballs out of nowhere, right? Like this isn't... That's not the point.
I'm confused. I'm confused where you're going with the analogy now.
Yeah, let's just go with an RPG, right? So let's just play any like role-playing game, right? Like a maximally great character would be akin to one that has 100 in all stats, right? They cap out, right? But just because the character is like maximally great, or like the most that they can have in their attriputes, doesn't entail that it has to be infinity.
So hold on. I don't even think that's analogous either, right? Because in the Fallout game, this analogy is connected by the player. While having the most stats you can have inside of the game, he's still going to be limited to the simulation, right? And I'm pretty sure the simulation would be analogous to just.
Well, one could say that God is limited by his essential properties. And that breaks down this analogy.
If you're positing God is limited, it doesn't seem you have like a perfect being anymore.
Well, the analogous property was just trying to show you that like there's going to be some type of cap when it comes to like God's goodness, right? That's the thing that I'm trying to get you to understand.
You're not talking about an instance in which God has infinite goodness?
No.
So if it were the case that God had infinite goodness, would you say
he's maximally good, not infinite?
Okay, I just want to ask you a quick question. If it were to be infinite, you would see these problems, right?
No, I wouldn't. Maybe I don't know about Ruxter. Because God's goodness just isn't the same goodness as the state of affairs goodness. So, like, there's going to be a problem in making a valid inference here either way.
Well, hold on, but prior to the creation, there's no meaningful distinction between the state of affairs and God, right? The state of affairs is going to be merely God.
Oh, it contains God.
Well, no, the God doesn't. What is containing God? You can't say space because it's limited, and you can't say time because it also
the state of affairs.
Well, no, but that's meaningless.
That's just the set of facts that are true in this. The set of facts that are true is just the fact that God exists.
No, like the state of affairs, how I take that is just like an area or something. Like, I don't.
No, the state of affairs is just like all of the facts that like make up a given possible world.
And what do you?
Okay, it would just be a set. So God would just be the only element in that set.
What do you mean by set?
The state of affairs. So you can conceptualize it mathematically in the sense that that is the state of affairs, the set of all things existing at that time, and that would be God.
Look, I'm not trying to be too hasty on this, but if I'm trying to ask you like what the state of affairs is, and then you just say like, okay, well it's just the set, and then I'm just like, what the set is, and you're just like the state of affairs. To me, that seems a bit circular. So
Everything existing at that time.
I think what Bart wants to say is that it's a set. It's the set of existence is what he's talking about as a state of affairs. So a state of affairs is just the set of things that exist, given some like time slice or something.
Yeah, but there's another issue. So I asked you what state of affairs means, and then you said a set, and then I asked you what set is, and you just said the set of all existing things. It's just like using the same word that I don't understand.
Wait, you're saying that this is when God exists alone.
Would a collection, if I said it was a collection of things that exist, would that help you?
Collection? But doesn't that seem like there's some sort of there's something distinct other than God? Like, when you say there's a collection, it seems like you're positing multiple entities, but in the instance prior to creation, it seems like it'll just be
You don't
merely
have to
God.
say that like the sets actually exist, like it's just a conceptual tool.
Yeah, I still don't know I don't know what that would entail, like, to be honest.
Wait, so MK, so basically what you're trying to say is you don't believe in God because if he was so moral, the whole world should have been good, correct?
No, I believe in God. I'm just arguing.
Oh, okay. I was kind of trying to come from your viewpoint. Yeah.